Cyclone missile launchers are still here! Cyclone missile launchers and the chain fists are still here. We have the first look at another data sheet, data card, data slate, data something. Anyway, it's awesome. I wasn't going to do this video, but I'm going to do a quick video on this. Right, so this is the new Warhammer community post about Terminators, and we go through all the loads of cool stuff. However, let's go to some of the points in here. We have movement of 5, so they're slightly slower. I think the intercessors were movement 6, so that's fine. I like them trying to expand all the characteristics and the statistics on this, as you will notice from the toughness 5. So they've now gained an extra toughness. Now, Games Workshop have said that the toughness stat is expanding a lot more, so it's going to give us a wider variety of toughnesses in the range across all the armies, which is great because it gives you a bit more variety and also plays around with. I will just turn my Facebook messages on mute. It plays around with a little bit more ability to make certain things slightly more tough than other things, so that's great. Save of 2+, good. We don't know. We don't have any reason to think that the save characteristics and how you make a save is changing, so they've still got the characteristic 2+ save, which is great. They have 3 wounds. They've got a leadership of 6+, which the lower leadership number down here they've said is better, so you're going to have to be beating your leadership when you make your break tests. And they've only got a objective control value of 1, which is quite interesting because the intercessors, I believe, were objective control 2. So these ones, in Terminators, are going to be smaller units, so they're not going to be as effective as at gaining and taking objectives. They're going to be more about clearing objectives off and clearing other units away, and a little bit more board control in the sense that they're not going to be able to be killed. Great, really cool. Keywords down here, we'll get to some of the other stuff. We've got infantry, we've got Imperium, we've got Terminator Squad. We've got 2 different keywords down there for Terminators. I'm guessing that might be something to do with stratagems. And then we have Adeptus Astartes, which is the faction keyword. Now, we had an interesting conversation on my Twitch stream yesterday about how Blood Angels, Dark Angels, and everything are going to fit into the faction detachment area, but that's going to be for another video, I am sure, because they're going to tell us something about that. Right now, abilities. I'm going to leave the weapons because I'm too excited about the weapons. We'll do those last. Abilities. They do have Deep Strike. So that means that that's going to be a universal special rule, which will allow a unit to come in, probably on turn 2, 9 inches away, as it does at the moment. Everybody calls it Deep Strike in the current edition and the last edition in 8th edition. Every army had its own version of Deep Strike, and it was called something else. So we had all sorts of different wordings and everything, which finally got back to the same one. Now we have universal special rules are back. We have Deep Strike, so they're going to be able to Deep Strike. Great. Faction, Oath of Moment. Now, they've said down here that Oath of Moment... Where is it? They've said down here that Oath of Moment is... Where is it? Oath of Moment is the Space Marine faction ability. So if you have a faction ability, you're going to select a unit, an enemy unit every turn, with probably something like a captain or a lieutenant, or maybe your warlord. Maybe your warlord will have the ability to use your faction ability. So you'll be picking a unit to be the Oath of Moment for that turn, I imagine. I'm speculating, I have no idea. And then, interestingly, this ability on here interacts with that Oath of Moment. So you're giving an enemy unit an Oath of Moment keyword, and then this unit will interact with that keyword by having +1 to hit. Now, because it's interacting with a keyword, I wonder whether other units will have a different interaction with that keyword. So I don't know. Maybe a assault unit will be able to reroll their charges against an Oath of Moment unit, So something like that. I don't know. Anyway, this is really cool. So they get to ignore ballistic skill, weapon skill, or hit roll modifications when they're picking and targeting and attacking that unit. So they're always going to be hitting on a 4+3+3+ weapon skill here, or a 3+3+3+3+ ballistic skill. So whenever they target and whenever they attack, you're not going to be able to drop their ballistic skill, not drop their hit roll, if you like. Very, very cool. Teleport Homer. This is quite cool. So they've already got Deep Strike, but you can give them, they've had that little counter, and I wondered this, I did say this in the reveal stream, I wonder whether the Teleport Homer is going to be a counter that you're going to be able to put out on the battlefield and do something with. Now, you can, because they say that you can use a stratagem for 0 command points, and the stratagem is called Rapid Ingress. And if we go scroll down here, it shows you what Rapid Ingress is. And this is the new look stratagems. And how cool is this look? It's a core stratagem. It gives you a little bit of fluff, be it cunning strategy, potent technology, or supernatural ritual. There are many ways by which a commander may hasten their warrior's onset. When end of your opponent's movement phase, target 1 unit in reserve. Effect, it can come straight on. Restrictions, you cannot use this stratagem to enable a unit to arrive on the battlefield during a battle round. It would not normally do so. So you can't bring it in turn 4. And you won't be able to bring it in turn 1. So, I mean, how cool is that stratagem? That's so simple. When, what's happening, what you're targeting, any restrictions. Done. No complications. It's simple. I love it. It's fantastic. Really, really good. And that is normally 1 command point, but you will notice that the Teleport Homer, because they've taken the Teleport Homer, it is now 0 command points. Perfect. Great. And then it gives you the restrictions on how close it can be. So 3 inches horizontally or 9 inches horizontally. 3 inches horizontally from the token, 9 inches away from your enemy models. Perfect. Right. Invuln save has changed from 5+ to 4+. So they are they're a 2+ save normally, and with any armor penetration. So you've got armor penetration here is -2 for some of the things, -1 for the heavy flamer. For the armor penetration, which will be modifying that save roll, you cannot modify it further than a 4+. So you can either have a 2+ save, 3+ save, or a 4+ save. You won't be able to go past a 4+ save, which is good. They have said that armor penetration is taking a little bit of a step back, which is cool. However, there's still quite a lot of armor penetration on here. Right, let's have a look at weapons, because there's some interesting stuff on here. Assault cannon has devastating wounds. They've hinted at it. They've said nothing really. I have no idea what this might. I was when I read it, because if we go to the chain fist here very, very quickly, it says anti-vehicle 3+, and when you scroll down and it gives you the definition, so power fists are a little bit more spicy. So if you have an anti-vehicle, you can either have anti-vehicle, anti-infantry, anti-monster. So they're the 3 different antis which you can have. It says many, so there might be some more. So you might have anti-cavalry would be a weird one. I don't know now. Monster, vehicle, infantry. Yeah, might have lost. We'll have to find out. So, if you are attacking a enemy model that has that keyword, so if you're attacking an enemy model that has a vehicle keyword, any wound roll of a 3+, regardless of strength or toughness, causes a critical wound. Now, a critical wound just means that it automatically wounds. As far as I can see, it doesn't do anything else. As far as I can see, it just automatically wounds that model on a 3+, regardless of strength or toughness or anything. So that's really cool. And then it says, where's the? Oh, there it is. And then it says several other Terminator weapons have their own abilities, like devastating wounds on the assault cannon. We'll be covering these at a later date. Don't know what that's going to be. I wondered, as soon as I read that, I wondered whether the assault cannon was damage 2, and then the damage would roll over, and that was what a devastating wound would be. It's not. I have no idea what that's going to be. Devastating wounds. So it's got 6 attacks. It has 6 shots. It hits on a 3+ with the Terminator. So if a Terminator's wielding it, it hits on a 3+. It's strength 6. It's got 1 damage. Devastating wounds. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I can't even speculate what that might be. That's really, really interesting. Yeah, really cool. Cyclone missile launchers, though, are back. I was so worried that Terminators, because my little pet hate about Primaris, and interestingly, they haven't mentioned the word Primaris really anywhere in any of the 10th edition stuff. They've not said Primaris anywhere, really, which is cool. It's just back to being Adeptus Astartes or Space Marines or whatever. Like, they haven't mentioned Primaris at all, which is cool. However, one of the Primarisifying of the Space Marines that I don't like is how they've lost their character, how they've lost their utility in terms of weapon loadout. So if you want a plasma gun on a Primaris model, you have to take a Hellblaster unit. Like, you can't put a plasma gun in an Intercessor unit. I think that's a bit sad. But you can have Cyclone missile launchers. I was worried that they were not going to be on these models, but they are. And also the Chain Fist. So we have the Chain Fist, we have the Cyclone missile launchers. We also have the Heavy Flamers. Yes! And the Heavy Flamers have more keywords. Right, so these keywords are part of the Universal Special Rules. And I said in one of my last videos is one of the reasons going into 8th edition, they wanted to simplify the game. And one of the ways they did that was removing Universal Special Rules, because it got so bloated. There started to be so many Universal Special Rules that they wanted to simplify that. So we're going back the other way now. We're simplifying all the rules that have been scattered around all the different codexes, and we're going back to Universal Special Rules again. So hopefully there's not going to be too many. They're going to be very, very easy to pick up, and we'll know them all, and they'll all have very, very distinct keywords like this. Ignores cover. Wonder what that does. Torrent. I'm guessing that's going to be the auto hit. So that'll be the auto hit on D6. So anything with the torrent keyword, I am guessing, is going to auto hit D6 attacks. So you don't have to roll for the ballistic skill. That will be in the Universal Special Rules for torrent. Rapid Fire 2. They've said that's pretty much the same as it was. Pretty much the same as it was in the as it's always been. So Rapid Fire 2, if you're at half range, then you get double the shots. So you've got 2 shots here. If you're in half range, you get 4 shots. Great. Hit on a 3+, strength 4, no armor penetration, damage 1. Great. Heavy Flamer's got -1 armor penetration, interestingly. 12-inch range. I kind of wish Flamers were a little bit shorter range again. I don't quite know why they're 12-inch range. But yeah, Cyclone missile launcher. Now the little bullet that you've got here has got a little tag down here. Before selecting targets, you have to pick which profile you want to use. So you either use a frag missile or a crack missile. Exactly the same as it was before. Frag explodes into lots and lots of tiny little bits. Crack is an anti-tank missile. So the frag missile has got 2d6 shots. Much variability in there, so they're not going to go away from, and they've also got d6 damage as well, so they're not going away from d6 damage and shots in favour of something slightly more predictable like 2d3 or d3+3 or anything like that. So it's 2d6 shots. I don't much mind that. I don't really mind that. That's okay, as long as they stay consistent and they don't give other weapons further down the line much more consistent variability sort of thing. So I mean, this is fine. So 2d6 shots. It's going to be hitting on a 3+, strength of 4 and damage 1. So it's going to be your typical infantry clearance. And then the crack grenade is d6 damage, but it's strength 9 -2. Hits on a 3+, and they've both got a 36-inch range. Now the Chain Fist down here. I'm so glad the Chain Fist is coming back. It looks so cool. As I said before, anti-vehicle 3+, so it's going to be automatically wounding. If it's attacking a vehicle, you obviously still have to hit, and because there's no, when you make an attack roll with this, you subtract 1 from the hit roll, because you've now got the weapon skill on the on the weapon statistic line, on the stat line of the weapon, then we've got here effectively -1 to hit because it's hitting on a 4+ compared to 3+ with the power fist and the power weapon. So chain fist hits on a 4+. It's strength 8, which is really cool if you're fighting infantry and things, so you're always going to be wounding on a 2+. However, it's going to be wounding any vehicle on a 3+, regardless if that vehicle is toughness 11 or toughness 3. I mean, toughness 3, you're probably still like wounding on a 2+ anyway. And then armor penetration of -2. toughness 3 vehicle, grot tank. Can we have a grot tank? And then it's got damage 2. Now, there's no kind of D3 damage on this one, which was interesting because I think the power fist might have been D3 before. Power weapon will be the power sword. So interestingly, that's a strength of 5. I was just going up to the Terminators then to see what strength they are. It's irrelevant because it's on the weapon stat line now. So strength 5 power weapon kind of tallies along with the toughness 5 of the Terminator. -2 AP. Sorry, armor penetration. So you're taking 2 off your opponent's save roll. And 1 damage. So you're only going to be doing 1 damage. It's so good. Right, so they're all the melee. That's all the ranges. That is a lot to unpack, you are right, but it's really, really cool. I think I've covered everything. We're just going to scroll down and check, but hopefully that has helped everybody understand a little bit more and get a bit more excited about everything that's happening. I love the layout of the new stratagems. I think that's fantastic. I'm guessing because this is a core strategic ploy stratagem, I'm guessing this is red, and that's going to be color coded, and then you'll have a battle. I can't remember what the other stratagems were, but they tended to be in 9th edition. There tended to be 3 different categories of stratagems. So I'm guessing you're going to have like a blue stratagem and a green stratagem. Anyway, whatever. Really, really cool. Fury of the First, meanwhile, makes Terminators effective, destroying Oath of Moments. So we're going to find out what Oath of Moment is tomorrow. I get so excited, but they take so long telling us everything. I know it's miles away from coming out. I just want to know everything now. I want to know the Tyranid stuff. Show me the Tyranid stuff. Anyway, thank you very much. Hopefully that is got everybody excited. I'd just like to quickly say that yes, we are getting all the data cards as a free download and as physical cards which we can buy. Hopefully they're not going to be a limited run of physical cards because I want to be able to, like, if I a year down the line I suddenly randomly like get ill and decide that I want to vote an army. Please shoot me if I do. Then I can go and buy some physical cards after the fact. But yeah, they're going to be a free download, so you're going to be able to print them, or you can buy the cards. I will be buying the cards for at least 4 armies, which I have. Right, there we go. Thank you very much, everybody. That's not bad actually. 17 minutes. It was quite quick. It was quite a quick video. Catch me on Twitter and Instagram, please. It's at Chris Frossin. You can catch me on Twitch, streaming Monday, Wednesday, and mostly either Friday or Saturday, one of the two, at twitch.tv/Chris Frossin, and you can find me on Patreon as well. Just search Chris Frossin. Just search for Chris Frossin everywhere. I'm pretty much everywhere, and you'll be able to find me. Thank you very, very much. Hope you've enjoyed my incredibly excited look at the new Terminators. Please, 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 I want to paint them. I'm going to do mine as, so I do have a Dark Pharaon army, which is Blood Angels, so I think these ones are going to fit really well into my new Dark Angels army, which I'm going to do. So if I can get hold of some of these, then these will be painted up as Dark Angels. So keep your eye out on settlement. And breathe. Thanks very much. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.